everybody, my name is Cheri. Welcome to my stamp studio. It is catalog kickoff week, so I have lots of great things in store for you. I want you to make sure that you're on my email list because that way you'll know all of the extra specials, all of the new videos, all of the catalog walkthroughs, just all of the things that will happen over the course of the next week, and there will be lots. So if you're on my email list, that'll be the easiest way to always know what's going on. And then you want to make sure that you have these. So if you haven't gotten them yet, I already have some people that I'm sending them to on Monday. So if you don't have them, let me know. And then if you don't have them coming and you're letting me know, and you also don't have the annual catalog, then if I'm going to send you these, I might as well send you that too. So just make sure that you have all the catalogs because they all have fabulous stuff. And the annual catalog is good through the spring of 2022. Where did the years go? But this one, everything in it is free. Everything in this is fabulous. And both of them is fabulous, but this one goes through December, the end of December. And that's where I'm gonna be using today, the stuff out of here. The card I'm gonna make for you today, I'm going to use the Peaceful Cabin. And it is, you may have already seen this on my channel. It is a really great stamp set. When you first see it, it screams winter. It just looks like a winter set. The paper is all black and white. All of it looks like a snow-covered cabin. So this first card that I made with it was in July, and I wasn't gonna let go of summer. It's already still hard that it's August, and it's really hard for me to go Christmas. You can do Christmas in July at least and have the words, but what's Christmas in August? It's nothing. It's pretend. So I made this as a summer card. It's still hard for me to do the Christmassy thing, but I'm gonna do it. But this is my first online class, and registration for it is going to close soon. It's been open for a minute, but because of the backorder situation, still because of COVID, I'm not leaving my classes open very long. So when they open, you have a little bit of time to sign up, because I don't want to punish the girls that signed up right away if I hold it open too long and then stuff is on back order. And that kind of is what happened with the peach class. The girls that signed up right away, if I'd ordered their stuff, but I can't afford to keep ordering all the time because it's too much work for me, and the shipping is different, and it's just a little bit confusing. So I've just decided to shorten those registration times. So this one's going to close fairly soon because I don't want this first week of ordering to make the cabin stuff go out. And then the next class that's going to open up will be the penguins again, and this is purely for back order purposes, or the celebration stuff is while supplies last, and the penguin paper is free. So the class will be one of my more inexpensive classes. It'll be super cute, and the penguin stuff is super cute. Again, I'm gonna force myself to be gold when summer's my jam. But we're gonna do the penguin class, so we make sure that you guys get that stuff before it runs out. So, and all of my things, all of my free gifts with purchase this time are gonna have an asterisk. And if I have to switch it up, then it's just gonna have to be switched up because I'm tired of waiting and having to resend stuff. It's taking a lot of my time. So I am going to do Peaceful Cabin. I have something in my eye. I'll fix it when I switch my camera. But if you're new to purchasing from me, I also want to make sure that you all know that I have, because it's sitting right here and it's really good this time, I have VIP videos. So every month, if you purchase, like if you purchased from me in July, that's what's sitting here, are my July VIP videos. So if you spend anything at all, then you get the 2 videos. Nobody else gets to see them. It's only people who purchase from me. It's not classes. And right now, all of my classes are still online, but you have to make an actual purchase from my website. So Paper Pumpkin, anything you purchase, you get the videos. If you spend $50 or more, you get the projects to make the one video. And if you spend $250 or more, you get the projects so you can follow along and make both. Now you'll have to stamp some words. I try to keep them so all you need is to add some sentiment. You may have to add some general flowers or a butterfly. I try to keep it, if there is a stamp you need, I try to keep it if something that Stampin' Up! Has lots of, but those are always super fun, and this month's projects are really good. So if you purchased in July, you're gonna really like those, but I did want to make sure. And then I always have thank you gifts, and if you purchase on August 3rd or 4th, every time there's a catalog kickoff, I have extra ones. So let's get going on today's project. Again, it's the Peaceful Cabin, and it could not be, when you see this, it couldn't be any more different than this. So we're gonna take this stamp set, and then I do series called This Was Laying on My, What Was Laying on My Desk. And that is kind of what happened with this, but this was the second card. So I did this, and I wanted to make another Peaceful Cabin card. So this was the result. So it's kind of a mish of these two, and you'll see what I mean when you see the card. So for this one, there's not very many supplies. So the paper that comes in this suite is specialty paper. So this particular piece has 4 6x6 pieces. So you can see here's the one I've already used. So if you scrapbook, then obviously you could do 6x6. If you want to do some like framed art, then you could cut it 6x6 and it's perfect for that. Obviously for a card front, we need more 4x5 1/4. So what I did was, you can see here, I cut, this is 4. So I wanted the big tree because that's fabulous and there's lots of silver accents on it. So I just cut this 4, and then this leaves you this little panel here, which is, there's enough trees and mountains on this and some snow down here that you'll still be able to use this. And then you can go over here. So you would be able to get 4 full card fronts from this piece of paper. And then the back has this fun tree pattern that matches the stamps in it. But I wanted to let you see how I came to this piece of paper. And then for the background, I'm gonna switch the color on my other one. So when I do a try it class, which is in the process of being cut, and then the rest of the supplies will come when I overnight them and I'm able to order them all on Tuesday. But I've used all of my Smoky Slate, which is the color that I wanted. But I had gray granite, so my other one's mounted on gray granite, and then I've also used all of my black. But I did find some extra black on this one piece, and I'm gonna do it instead, so then we'll see which one we like better, because this doesn't have gray granite in it. It looks okay, but I think I'm gonna like the black better. And then I pulled out one of the sayings from the stamp set. I'm gonna stamp it in black, and this is just really pretty paper. Ink this just in some black memento. I'm gonna put it right here towards the top, and then I mounted my stamp so it was perfectly straight with the words on here, and I did it on my grid paper, which is no longer on the table. So as long as I put my stamp block flush along the top, then I know my sentiment will be straight, because you don't want to mess this paper up because there's only 4 per thing. And you can see it just barely fits, but it fits. You could also use your stamp apparatus, but if you just use your grid paper to line these up, then that works well too. It's a little bit faster than getting the stamp apparatus out and hooking it all up. So then I'm going to use this die. So in my online class that we're going to do with this, we are going to use clear embossing powder and blending brushes. Not blends like I did on the other one, and not quite as simple as this card is what I'm going to do. But this black glimmer paper has come back. It's a returning favorite in the holiday catalog. So I'm going to put this little cabin on here. And then it's a little different the way the cabin cuts out. I haven't tried putting it on top of the cabin itself. I'm not quite sure that it's designed to do that. We're gonna put it on here and just kind of center it in this little piece. The first time I did it, I did a long strip, but it doesn't really need the long strip when it's on the black glimmer paper. If you put it on one of the whites, or if you watch the penguin card and you use the white felt, then maybe you could do that. I'm gonna roll it back through, because sometimes the glimmer paper takes a little bit more cutting. Okay, you can see this. And then I should have left this in. Just roll this out. And get these last couple of windows out here. So you see it gives you the fun silhouette of a house. See that on there? But we want this roof pattern to be on it as well. So I just took my snips. It's super easy to do, because when we were children, did we not all draw houses when we should have been like studying math or something, and the teacher was talking to us and we were drawing houses instead. I mean, it's one of those things that universally most children draw. So just put it in here and just cut your house back out. So it needs a roof. Then over here you can tell where it just needs to go in. I imagine that there's probably a sample somewhere in the catalog. I just laid it on the card. If you lay it on your card, you're like, that's too blocky. And you can see now you can see the house better. And then up here, you don't want the roof to have, the chimney to have that much on top of it. Just go down over here. This way. Now you see how it has the house. So that's all you need to do. It's not at all scary. Then I want this to be raised up on here, but I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the card because we're gonna put a couple of wet things on it, and I want it to go ahead and all be attached. We're not gonna add any ribbon to this because there's gonna be enough going on its own. That's why I went ahead and stamped the words first. Put those on there. And then you may have noticed these in the catalog before, but these are our black dimensionals, and they're perfect for this because when I add them to the back, if you see anything along it, you're not going to see white because we don't want it to detract if anything shows through any of the holes. So I'm just going to add it and give it enough stability that this doesn't collapse on the card. Because when it's raised up, you see one of those windows is still there. You can see the dimension of the house better when it's raised up. So that should be good. And you'll see when you pull these off. If you haven't ordered these before, they're a must-have. And especially during celebration, it's the best time to get refills and tape, adhesive refills, ink refills, tape, glue, all this kind of stuff, because, you know, let's face it, that stuff's not a whole lot of fun to get, but during celebration, at least you can get free stamps or dies or paper with every $50 or $100, depending on what you're getting. So see how easy that is? Super easy. I mean, you could stop here. That could be the end of your card and you could be done. But why? Because we have more stuff, right? So this is our shimmery crystal effects. So I'm sure some of you have forgot that we even have it. So I'm just going to add a little bit of dimension. And here's the tip for you. You notice I had it stored upside down. Always store it upside down, then it's ready to use. Mine had gotten flipped over on the table, and it just takes so much longer if you have to wait for it to drip back down. So I'm just going to add a little bit of snow here. And then just a few places on the tree, just add that extra little bit of dimension. It dries super fast, so you don't have to worry about it, and you don't want it everywhere, just a little bit. It has that little bit of shine and a little bit of dazzling diamonds, if you're old school, glitter that comes out in it. So we have that little bit there. And then a few years ago we had, I don't remember, it was that little milk jug stamp set, and I caused all the rage on the internet because I took a cotton swab and I made the tobacco, the little tobacco flowers with my cotton. So I thought, well, I could do the same because I wanted some smoke. That was originally why I got the crystal effects, but the crystal effects are shimmer. Now you can use you can use the fine tip glue if you don't know that can also be crystal effects. But once I had the snow with the sparkles, and that just looks like snow going the wrong direction. So I just went back and I got another trusty little Q-tip, and it's gonna look like, if you saw that video, it was all the rage, and then people kept tagging me because they kept making, which is very nice. If you copy somebody's card almost identically, it's so nice. Or if you're super inspired by them, to tag them. But it was fun. But look at this. You just add that on there, kind of push that down, and now you have some fun smoke with the snow, the glitter. Look how much fun that is. All those different fun textures going on. I have ink all over my hands. Let's not look at the ink. It detracts from the beauty of the card. Here's my other one. They're going to turn out about the same every single time you make it. So here we have the black glimmer paper and making this stunning house. And here we have black glimmer paper making a cute little penguin. So 2 of my upcoming August online classes. Make sure you're on my email list. Join me on August 3rd and 4th for a bunch of videos, a bunch of extra specials, and all the things. I hope to see you back here soon. Have a great one. Bye.